Bread, I mean, you have lots of breads in here. Make sure they are gluten-free, make sure they're sprouted grain. It's not something I recommend at all to eat bread, but if you've got to have bread, at least make a better choice. You can also make your own bread. Just follow some of my recipes in my book with the seeds, making the bread out of seeds instead of grain. Nuts also, instead of grain. So there's lots of recipes online that you can find.
If I need to buy some wine for a friend to take to their house, which one would you recommend?
I highly recommend to buy wine that it's organic and sulfate-free with that added sulfate. It's very, very important. So Fry Winery, I really like them very much. I like this company very much. And my favorite one out of them would be the Zinfandel. It's really delicious. It literally tastes like a $300 bottle of wine, and it's only $9. But it's all organic, no added sulfate, and it's from Napa. And you also have these companies right here. It's all organic and sulfate-free. They do not add any sulfate to it. And for your knowledge, wine is not vegan. It has isinglass inside, which is a fish bladder, and it has eggshells, okay? So it's not vegan. However, they came up now with a vegan option. Look at that. Amazing, vegan wine. So, but make sure it's going to be organic and sulfate-free. You don't want them to add extra sulfate. Grapes naturally have sulfate in them, but you don't want to add extra sulfate. So read the labels. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
When it comes to cheese, I know lots of us love cheese, but be careful, cheese contains casein and it's the main cause of cancer, especially for women with breast cancer. That's the cause right here. And I don't know if you heard about the Mad Cowboy. I highly recommend to watch this documentary. This guy, his family, he was raised in a farm. His family owned a big farm, cattle farm, and they used to produce all the dairy, all the cheese. And the family kept on dying from cancer. Each time a different member of the family was dying from cancer. And the farm was left to him at the end. And he realized that they all died because of the casein in it. So he decided to shut down the farm, and now he's giving talks all around the world. He travels around and gives talks. It's called the Mad Cowboy. Watch him, he's amazing.
Can I have salad, the organic salad from this organic salad bar?
Well, I don't recommend that. And the reason I do not recommend that is because the glass, number one, does not go all the way down. So I can be standing here sneezing, coughing, and it contaminates all the product in here. Plus, if you notice, people use those handles to pick up the salad and they just throw them right in, and it completely contaminates the entire bean. They should have gloves in here. People should not be touching those things without gloves. Very, very important. I'm really surprised that they get away with it with the environmental health department. So you can look here. So this is an example right here. You see how they're taking the stuff and just throwing those tongues right inside, contaminating everything. So this is a much better option right here because the glass goes all the way down to the bottom, so nobody can spit while they're talking on it, and only one person's handling it. Okay, and she's wearing gloves, and that's how it's supposed to be. So that would be a much better option versus the open salad bar there where people touching cell phones and steering wheel and who knows what they have in their hand, how filthy their hands are, and touching those tongues, you know. So you really need to focus on that and be conscious of how you're choosing your food. So it's a big craze about kombucha, you know. People just drink it like it's water. But the sad thing about it is they all have sugar. You can't get one without sugar, okay? Or they have honey. And you know, you really don't need that much fermentation in your body. And you can get it, like I said, you can get it from sauerkraut, And your body creates its own fermentation, so you don't need to load yourself with stuff like that. I don't recommend that. I hope you enjoyed this class. We came to the end of it. I hope you learned a lot and it was very informative for you. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.